Stop Googling Amazon appeal templates. Amazon investigators deny those automatically. You want something that's tailored just for you. But first, you need to understand what's a good template, what is a good plan of action, what actually works in today's age, right? And you can see review of your Amazon Seller Central account. Sometimes you get suspended. It happens. Everybody hates it. Most sellers get suspended at least once. We did get a client recently reinstated. You can see Angela on our team. She's one of our consultants. You can ask for her, but pretty much fantastic news. Your Amazon account has been successfully reinstated. And this appeal is the OG appeal. I'm going to show you it shortly. We're just going to run through these, right? But make sure you identify the root cause, right, of what actually caused it. You can get on the phone with Amazon, even if you're suspended. If you don't know how to get on the phone with Amazon, please Google it or contact us. This is a template. This is super duper duper simple. Depending on the issue, you want to keep it simple for the initial first appeal because you want to see what the hell Amazon wants before you provide too much information. You provide too much information to Amazon, then they're going to start asking questions like, oh, we didn't know this. What's this? What's this? And then all of a sudden, you dug yourself in a hole. So the first appeal, you need to kind of be like, not too much up front, 1 page or less, and try to get that to Amazon. Obviously, most likely, even if your appeal is the best, they're not going to accept the first appeal most of the time, unless you know exactly what the problem is and you've already fixed it. But just keep this in mind, that you want to kind of see what the hell Amazon wants at the end of the day. And you want it to be factual, right? You don't want it to just be a whole emotional wall of text. You want it to be factual. Understand Amazon's business solutions agreement, right? So if you can read through Amazon's business solutions agreement and reference it, that's going to show that you're competent. They want to see, are you confused or are you competent when you're responding? When you are submitting any documentation, which you should be, if you're not submitting evidence, you're not going to get your appeal accepted. Make sure you kind of just go through all of the compliance, the verification checks, make sure everything is legitimate when you're submitting it, especially invoices at the end of the day, right? Now, here's the plan of action that we're going through right now after you heard my spiel. This is it, 44 pages, 44, right? Now, the actual plan of action is not 44 pages, but we did include all of the evidence. The evidence included was 44 pages long. This is what got the client approved on Amazon and reinstated. Was it difficult? Hell yeah, it was, right? But this is what's going to win. And you're going to see right here how structured this plan of action is. Not only that, how they're implementing exactly what they're saying right from the get and showing Amazon that they did it with tons of evidence. And this is how you get back on Amazon, where they're like, well, they don't know what else to say. They're like, you did everything. And then they reinstate you, right? So we got the root cause. So they, like I said, number one, why did this happen? They know why it happened. They wrote it out right here. Corrective actions. So they removed this. They terminated an employee, right? Conducted a full catalog audit and deleted or corrected all non-compliant listings. They've got letters and invoices directly from authorized distributors and created a compliance file. Now, see, the corrective actions, they have all of these attached. So when Amazon reviews it, Amazon knows that they're not bullshitting them, because the people who are reading these appeals, they're reading through BS all day. So if you can stand out and you have the corrective action items and you actually have them attached, that's going to make you shine. Not only that, they did a policy education program. Again, this is all attached. Preventative measures. And here's the attachments. Resolved. The trademark misuse. Boom, boom, boom. The listings that were deleted. Again, it's got the ASIN in there, so I can't show it. This one's redacted because it has too much crazy information. It's evidence. But again, this is something that you can do. They mentioned at the beginning of the appeal the formal training materials, which is Amazon's intellectual property. They created training, and you can see that this is not made by AI. This is legit training, step by step by step, that they implemented to make sure that the issues with their trademarks never happen again, yada, yada. This is really good stuff. Ongoing monitoring and training, acknowledgement. What does Amazon love? They love notarized documents. If you can submit some notarized official documents that's proving that everything you're saying is legit, you've got notarized documents. Like, for example, we had an issue with a client, and what we did is we contacted the manufacturer that they work with, and we were very kind to them, and we said, look, can you give us a letter? Type out the letter and then just hand sign it. So they hand signed it, scanned it, gave it back to the client. Super legit. Now it has a wet signature. Those types of documents are so powerful. So once they had that wet signature and we gave it to Amazon, Amazon was like, well, you're reinstated now. So we got reinstated from that, because it's hard to get those types of documents, but sometimes it's even harder to ask. But that's what Amazon wants to see. They want to see that you are willing to go the extra mile. Another situation was the FDA, right? It's hard to get the FDA to give you any type of documents. So what we did is we blew the FDA up. We were emailing their departments, DICE. We were emailing DICE. You can see you can type in DICE FDA, you'll see it. And then we were just, hey, we need help. We need help. And then finally somebody went off script in an email at the FDA and said that we're pretty much good to go. Took it from Amazon, sent it to Amazon, put it in the appeal and said, by the way, if you don't believe us, please go ahead now and reach out to the FDA. Once they saw that and they were like, oh, shoot, if they want us to, this must be legit. And it's the email chain from the FDA. Those are the types of documents that gets us approved, right? So this is just the gist, right, of how to get improved. It's a lot of it's evidence-based, showing that you went above and beyond, did your due diligence, and you implemented this plan of action to succeed. If you do need help on Amazon, right, you can reach out to us right in the description, schedule a call, email us, solve a problem. If we can't get your account reinstated, it happens sometimes. It might be just too crazy. We don't have enough evidence. Pokemon issues where nobody can sell Pokemon anymore, no matter what you do. And, you have real items. You got to go above and beyond, try to get manufactured. Whatever it is, you can get a stealth account. So there is a backup stealth account. That's going to be your plan B. You should be working on that right away, but don't work on it unless you know what the hell you're doing, because then you can get in trouble by Amazon. That's my gist in today's video. If you did learn something new, drop a like. And if you need help with Amazon, feel free to contact EHP Consulting Group. I am signing out.